I'm Maya Shahani, the trustee of the HSNC board and the vice chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation.
Hi, I'm Pece or Peter Gorgievski. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO and chairman of Global Dialogue Foundation. And we're going to give you a presentation today about the history of Global Dialogue Foundation and some background. So let's get straight into it. So the very first initiative that Global Dialogue Foundation engaged in with the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations was in Brazil in 2010, when a group of non-governmental organizations, ordinary people, got onto the stage and presented their wonderful initiatives that are bridging the divide between people of different cultures. In 2010 was the very first forum of the Global Dialogue Foundation called the Unity and Diversity Forum, and it was held in Melbourne, and it was under the auspices of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations also, and it brought together students, it brought together non-governmental organizations to scale up initiatives that are bridging the divide between people from different cultures.
We then had a very interesting forum in Kerala in 2011, where people flew in from all parts of the world. Peter Gorgievski and Jean-Christophe Bass, the strategic advisor to the United Nations Alliance of Civilization, as well as the former chairperson of Global Dialogue Foundation, who had organized the whole event. They were there. Then there were people from the Art of Living, about 1 lakh people. They had not actually participated in this forum, but they were there, and it was all beamed globally. So this was a very effective forum, which was so inspiring that even Ban Ki-moon wrote in his memoirs that this is something very interesting that the Global Dialogue Foundation is doing, and this is what is really needed in today's times. And these are some more pictures of the forum that we had in Kerala. And there were young students who were so inspired by this. My granddaughter had also flown with me. She's right behind me in the last picture. And she went and told all her students at HR College that this is something really good and you students should all participate in this. And the gentleman in the picture above in the white beard, he's Joe Rodrigues. He muted the idea of building peace gardens at this forum.
The government of Azerbaijan, it was a movement they were starting called the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue. And as Unity and Diversity had become a known initiative for bringing people in the communities together, Global Dialogue Foundation was invited to present at this forum and make people aware about this grassroots movement. We were also invited to present at the Doha Pre-Forum and explain to the attendees for this main event what Global Dialogue Foundation and Unity and Diversity is about.
We then had gone to Paris to meet Jean-Christophe Bass, who was a strategic advisor to the UN, as I told you. And there we decided that we would have at least one ongoing program on multiculturalism in the business world. So as soon as I came back to India, we had a program there where we invited corporates from different fields, and we spoke about multiculturalism, which of course is very helpful for corporates because it helps them to grow in their business, and it creates a very good identity for them. This was in our Center for Management in 2011.
We organized a community event in Australia, and it was the official launch of the Australian chapter, where a large group of community leaders and local government agencies came together, and the former High Representative of the Alliance of Civilizations, who was His Excellency Mr. George Sampaio, and he presented to the Australian community this initiative that Global Dialogue Foundation is spearheading, that is bringing communities together across cultures and bridging the divide and building this global movement, and that this was the starting grounds for this to take place. very soon after that, one of the local government agencies approached us and asked if we could work with them to develop an initiative in the Whittlesea municipality. So this group here is the starting executive committee of the initiative in Whittlesea, and we came together as the beginning of a 3-year program, which continues on now. Where people from different cultures would meet in the community and, help create more understanding. So this is another event by a leading Australian institute, which is predominantly run by youth who were keen to understand about unity and diversity, and gave us the opportunity to present to their audience, and were fascinated to learn about this initiative that's become global and driving forward the mission of dialogue and understanding.
Oh, this was a memorable moment for me because I actually got up on stage. I shared the stage with Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister of UK, and this was the Doha Forum in 2011. If you know my background, which is a background for all Sindhis who came as refugees from Pakistan, we had absolutely nothing in our pockets. And I, as a young girl with nothing in my pocket, I said that I want to be part of the UN. I don't know why I said it, because I was born the same day that the UN came into creation. And this is my dream come true. So I'm on stage here speaking to a huge big audience of the United Nations. And the other important thing that took place at this Doha Forum was the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with George Sampaio, the former President of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. Here you can see Pece signing the memorandum, and then George Sampaio sat down on our table. We were at the head table, and we had a very interesting discussion with him at the forum in 2011. This picture I'll always cherish. And you, my dear students, you could be like this, because even though you have humble beginnings, if Modi as a chaiwala could be the Prime Minister of India, I'm sure you students, you're far better than all of us, and you would really shine and do much more. And we're so happy to have you as interns with us. Thank you.
This was the beginning of a small group in Cameroon that came together to be part of the Unity and Diversity movement. And as interns, you would have an opportunity to work with people all around the world on the Unity and Diversity program, whereby you can connect people who are willing and able, just like this group in Cameroon, to step forward and build unity and diversity circles in their countries. So soon after, about a year after the initiative in Melbourne started, with the community, there was an official launch with the local municipality and the mayor. And it's really become a leading initiative that has seen many people from communities come together. So you really have an opportunity in your own settings, in your own communities, to bring people across cultures from different levels of whether it be government or education, to come together and help work together to promote dialogue and understanding between people of different cultures. And this here is a slide where 40 or 50 people from this community would be part of a monthly program where there'd be a session moderated or a seminar delivered by an authority or a service provider in the community that would help everybody learn about what's available, and then the communities coming together to join hands to help build a stronger community for everybody. This here is a slide of one of the programs of the Whittlesea Community Leadership Network, which is the leading women's health and safety project. And 33 women from as many different cultural backgrounds came together to work together to learn about health in the community, and then help spread the good news and the learnings that they gained to their own communities. So another opportunity is to work with companies, and this is a small company that we had a chance to work with to help develop a cultural diversity statement, and for this group to really embrace cultural diversity and understanding and really acknowledge each other's cultures rather than, you know, make the cultural identity something to ignore, that they would actually embrace each other's cultural identity. In May 2013, we're invited to the 5th Global Forum of the Alliance of Civilizations, and Maya and Ileana and a number of GDF people here and the former GDF chairman were in attendance, where we presented and we had a conversation with the High Representative about expanding this initiative globally. In 2014, we had a chance to meet in New York at the United Nations, and we somehow, by a stroke of luck or a stroke of God, we had the Trusteeship Council as our room for this meeting. And this is where the Unity in Diversity, the World Civil Society, was very first officially launched with the new High Representative. He's now former High Representative, His Excellency Al Nasser.
Oh, this is a favorite picture of mine, because this was the first peace garden that was started by Unity in Diversity in Nashville. And this was started by a young boy, Kiran. He was just 14 years old when he came to me and he said, I would like to help the world. So I said, well, why don't you start a peace garden? Because that was foremost in our minds at that time. So he said, yes, I will. And he had the courage of his convictions, and he amazed us all by starting this peace garden, where Pece flew down specially to inaugurate it. So this is a picture that can motivate you students, because if a 14-year-old boy who was 16 when he started this garden, if he could do it, I'm sure you could achieve miracles in your life also.
And following that was a primary school where a Unity in Diversity Peace Garden was launched in Victoria, and is in my hometown where I grew up. And a group of students and the principal came together with their families, and they decided that they'll build a garden, you know, under the name of Unity in Diversity, so that they can all embrace each other's cultures and celebrate them. In 2014, we traveled to the United Nations in New York for the non-governmental organization meeting, where people from all around the world would come together and run separate workshops. So the Unity in Diversity World Civil Society initiative has been presented in New York on a number of occasions. So people around the world are coming together and you know, finding out more about this initiative. So the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue continued its march and the government of Azerbaijan was really driving this. Azerbaijan sees itself as at the crossroads between East and West, and as a mediator, or as a country that really has the capacity to promote coexistence among people of different cultures. And it really took a leadership role. So we were invited again to present Global Dialogue Foundation and how we were really developing this initiative at the grassroots level. So you really have an opportunity to learn from these kinds of events and learn about the presentations given at each of these events, and then help to spread the message of unity and diversity in your own unique way in your efforts forward. So in July 2015, Ileana and I, and Mira actually also from Bulgaria, traveled to Serbia for a Unity and Diversity Symposium, which is led by Milmir and his organization there, and the students, for creating movies and media that would promote understanding between different cultures. So this is a great example of students coming together around this mission. And after Mira had been to Serbia, she brought together a small group in Bulgaria, people from different religions and religious backgrounds and different cultures. And they came together as a starting group for building unity and diversity in Bulgaria. And this is a photo of their very first meeting. It's another picture at the United Nations in New York, where Ileana is running a workshop here about unity and diversity with people from all around the world. And we had the chance to present during one of the plenary sessions, one of the main sessions, where unity and diversity is starting to be recognized by by people around the world as a leading program for helping people come together across culture and build coexistence.
This is again, we are coming back to Mumbai. We inaugurated the Unity and Diversity chapter in March 2016. And this is in our very own Pece College, which we had a jam-packed auditorium, and we had people flying in again from all over the world. Hanifa, the right-hand person of the UN President Al Nasser, Hanifa, she was there and she spoke on his behalf. And this was an event which was covered by the media in a very big way, because this was something really, we felt that this is what the country needs. On the same day in the evening, we launched the first Peace Garden in India. And here you can see Hanifa in the top picture, talking about how inspired she was by this Peace Garden. And because we felt that Peace Gardens are a place where people of all communities and cultures could get together and talk about their visions and their dreams. And it's a very peaceful and non-obtrusive environment. This garden is run by the Brahma Kumaris. They were also there, and the former mayor of Mumbai was also there at this event.
So then in 2016, we went back to Baku for the World Forum for Intercultural Dialogue with the Alliance of Civilizations, and we signed another memorandum of understanding for a further 5 years. This slide here is the starting team in Kenya. So this is a country that has a lot of movement towards unity and diversity over the last few years. And this group here is led by Pece from World Radiance International. And she's been organizing a number of programs and meeting with the authorities about building unity and diversity. So as an intern in this program, you have an opportunity to work with international teams such as this team and others around the world to help coordinate the development of unity and diversity initiatives, and to set best practices and really use your own unique, you have your own unique contribution towards, steering these initiatives and helping them to develop.
Yes, this was the Unity and Diversity companies that we launched. We feel that companies also have to bring in this culture of inclusion and diversity. So most of the people who attended this forum, they felt that this was in the interest of the companies to promote this kind of inclusion. And Ileana was there. She had conducted the meeting very well, and we formed different tables and we came to a lot of impactful conclusions. Pece was also there. He was presiding over the meeting. And I would expect our students also as interns to reach out to companies to form more and more unity and diversity companies. This is why we need your help, not only in campuses, but companies as well. So this is again the same day when we had a very interesting discussion on how to form unity and diversity campuses. We had students from many campuses. They had come together, and they felt that this is something that is really required, because as I keep mentioning that we are really living in a very dangerous and divisive world. So it is up to our students, who are the future leaders. They can set an example and start with campuses first to begin a sense of unity and diversity.
So the following year was the official launch of Unity and Diversity in Serbia. So after the initial session, the symposium, which was 2 years prior, Miomir had organized to bring together major players in the field of culture and understanding and media to meet together and to develop and to officially launch. And it was with one of the city halls in a place called Pece. So I had the chance to be there for this session and to be part of this launch. So this is an example of what is possible in every country really around the world. And as part of this internship program, you'll have a chance to work and to initiate these kinds of movements around the world. As you learn more about the program and you be able to draw on experiences we've had, you'll be able to be the starting point as well, if you wish, for initiating this kind of movement. So just some more photos of the gathering in Serbia. Here we have an example of the Unity and Diversity Development in Kenya under the leadership of World Radiance International. And here this was the first or the second. There's been 2 camps. These are photos of one of the camps where students came together for several days on the topic of unity and diversity, and really building a core team for going into their community and into their schools, and where they are real ambassadors of unity and diversity and helping to bridge the divide. Or, you know, in Kenya, there has been reports of intertribal violence in various areas, and in the past that had schools closed as a result. And the work that Pece is doing with her team there is really helping to break those barriers down and bring people together just like this from different cultures.
Considering all the good work that we had done in India, Global Dialogue Foundation identified us as the global headquarters of United Civilizations Initiative, and they earmarked our campus, the Thadumal Shahani Center for Management, as the Center for United Civilizations Initiative. So the launch took place on the 7th of October 2019, and the gentleman in the middle who's cutting the ribbon, Pece, of course, is there. He flew down specially from Melbourne to inaugurate this campus. But the gentleman in the middle is A.S. Kiran Kumar, who was the former ISRO chief. In those days, they had launched Chandrayaan-2, and that was very much in the news. And I had requested Mr. Kiran Kumar to launch our campus because we felt that would be very meaningful for us. We are moving out to a different category and a different sphere altogether. So he graciously came, and you students will recognize Principal Balani. He was in the audience. He had attended especially. And of course, the lady from the UN and the British Council, she was also there. So this was a very meaningful event for us. And we hope that you students, once the lockdown is over, you would be having your meetings in the United Civilizations headquarters of our campus.
So thank you for your time and your attention, and we look forward to getting on with the rest of the program and working with you as part of the Internship Ambassador program.
Thank you.